Hello everyone, it's me, Rose. Today will be my first rant about how Royal High is like. So, for the rant to be not boring, let's add like a background where I was living. So, first of all, the new players in Roblox, like in the year 2022, 2021, people play Royal High. So, first of all, what is Royal High? Royal High was a popular game back then. It used to have 20,000 people who play their game, who are players. And somehow, there's an issue about it. And you may all ask, what is that issue? The issue is that Royal High is now a game who doesn't listen to their players, or they might be a game where they would like barely make updates and stuff. Like they would make late updates based on the occasion or the tradition. So basically, Royal High now was, or like right now, is not popular. All the developers in Royal High are not listening, and I apologize for my grammar, guys. So, or like how I pronounce the word. So basically, Royal High now, like Royal High developers are not listening to their players who make comments about their updates. They just make updates and never listen to their fans or the players left in their game. They don't really care about their players' comments because they could get profit from it, because people are just saying, like, people are making things about Royal High, so it could be like a popular game. But Royal High is now popular for a bad reason, because Royal High never ever listens to their players, and Royal High now is actually a game where it would be so boring. Like there's a few players, and mostly people would roleplay in Royal High, make stories and record it, just like how I'm recording right now. But there's a twist. You have to pay for items or shoes, like any clothing and stuff, for a lot of gems. People were completely exhausted playing the game just for a pair of shoes or accessories. Now, people don't like to play this game, and people or the players are moved on to other fashion game like Royal High or Fashion Famous. I'll create a rant about Fashion Famous since I talk about it. But Fashion Famous also was actually a popular game, but I'm just not gonna tell about it right now. So basically, yeah, people have moved on to Dress to Impress or DPI because the game was high quality. But like Royal High is actually high quality too. But this game developers never listen to their players, unlike Adopt Me and Dress to Impress. Royal High never listens to their players, and they make their stuff or sets so pricey for a reason. Like, are you gonna pay a lot and put a lot of work just for a game? Nobody even plays it right now. No offense, but people say that like it's boring now, no more role plays, and there's only a few Royal High YouTubers or TikTokers right now. But somehow, some of them actually moved on to fashion famous or like dress to impress. I could tell that how the difference in dress to impress and royal high is actually kind of surprising. It's like kind of between the bad and good game. Like royal high is like not really good right now. The developers are not even listening to their players. Like they don't listen to their players. Like they don't actually listen to their players. They don't even like make early updates or just like constantly or barely make updates on the game. I know there's a lot of maps in Royal High, but in my opinion, Royal High now is just like a shadow. Like Royal High now is just like a piece of game, like a piece of Roblox. That it used to be a piece of Roblox or a part of Roblox. Because I know it was popular, but now it just like a lot of players moved on to dress to impress, and it was for a good reason, honestly. Since players in dress to impress, or developers actually listen to the people who comment on the dress to impress items or stuff. And now, Royal High is the complete opposite of it. Like, I'm not joking. It's like, Royal High is now like a game where it's like now broken. All the developers in Royal High don't actually care about their players. They only care about the profit or the money they would make in the game. So basically now, like players now doesn't like to play Royal High. I don't really play Royal High, but I miss the old Royal High, or where like it'd be so popular. But now it's like completely like a stone. It's not like that kind of special stone anymore. It's like that one special stone become just a stone, and it was like completely fading. Royal High is now fading, and now Royal High is a game a lot of players who don't play because they are losing thousands of players, and you could tell how pricey their items is and how the developers are not listening to their players. You could tell that it's a bad game, like where kids would mostly play it but honestly would get bored. The community or the players who played Royal High is actually getting mad and leaving and moving on to another game. It's sad how Royal High used to be a popular game with 20,000 visits or people or players who played their game. But now there's just like 4K or 3K players who play their game. It's actually pretty sad and disappointing how they lost a lot of players. It's like thousands of players leaving the game. And leaving that game was actually a good choice because they could have even like spent a lot of Robux just for the sets they would have in Royal High. So now, Royal High developers, if you are listening to my rant now, please do not send death threats or stuff to me that would like make me like having an issue to YouTube, because since it's my opinion, I would definitely actually tell that your game is now just like fading. Your game is now fading. put into, it's now like complete loss. It's now fading because the players who played their game are now leaving and moving on to Just to Impress because their developers are actually working hard for their game and doing the request of their players. I don't know what happened to Royal High, but Royal High is now fading. It's now dying. Like Royal High is having an issue. Now a lot of people, like thousands of people, are playing Just to Impress, and this is the top one popular game right now. I could tell Just to Impress is top one since they actually listen to their players. They make high quality items, then toggles for it. It could be the same as Fashion Famous, but you could tell like Fashion Famous can be dying too. But I will make another rant video about Fashion Famous because I don't want to make this video long for today. But now I am completely surprised and disappointed how Real High was now like wasted. Like their work is actually wasted. The maps, the sets of how it's forgotten. Yeah, now it's just like dying. It's not dying. The game is now like dying. The game is actually becoming like a total waste of work because you could tell how many work they put into the high quality, and it's actually not the player's fault. It's the developer's fault, but not the creator's fault. Royal High, because the creator didn't even know how their developers would be bad. But now it's like the game is now fading and dying a lot. This is my opinion, and I hope you honestly respect it. In the comments, please be respectful about my opinion, since I know how much is Royal High dying. For Royal High players, I hope you moved on to a different game like Dress to Impress or Murder Mystery. The community is actually having issues in the game, not relieving. I hope the developers of Royal High is actually now listening to their players in 2025 because it's just completely like fading away. Yeah, it's like the same thing I could say, but it's just fading away a lot. So now I have to say goodbye for now and like go and like take a break from it. So that is all I can give opinion about Royal High today, and I hope you knew the issue about Royal High.